Hello. Hold on, let me take this call. Hi. Welcome to Weston Holdings, where we do Ponzi schemes. How would you like your Ponzi? Guys, there's a lot going on at Weston Holdings. Is it Weston Holdings or Westing and Holdings? I don't care. It's a lot going the freak on, okay? Welcome back to my channel. Rewind that with Miss K. I'm your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I go live and when I upload more videos like this one. All right, guys. Hi, AG and Relax and Chill. So Iconic, Miss Chalet. I don't know if it's Michelet or Michelle, but and DeMarcus, how is everyone doing? Thank you so much for coming, and Rashonda, okay, and Mike Conley, what up? I love how you always have something to say, Relax and Chill. You know what I'm saying? As if this is a job that I have to show up on time to. I'm in my house. I'm chilling. I almost said I'm not going to show up because I'm tired. I have to get up early, okay? I'm not even probably going to go to sleep, but I have to get up and leave around 4:30 to drive about maybe 5 hours with my family to lay my uncle to rest for his memorial, his memorial service and stuff like that. I mean, but I don't have to explain this to you folks, but this is what I deal with when people have things to say about free will up in this piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire, honey. What up, LSW and Joshua Wayne? All right, guys, so let's get into it. Hey, Stark Alexander. So we're going to be talking about the latest episode of, I was going to say Snowfall because my son is watching Snowfall. Do y'all see that? I'm proud of him. It's the first season. I was looking like, why does that look like Oso? Because Oso looked so different. All right, so we're going to be talking about Power Book 2 Go Season 3, Episode 7. It's called Deal or No Deal. What's up, Jeremiah? So, guys, like I was saying, Weston Holdings, man, I honestly thought that and I'm kind of jumping ahead because I didn't want to start off talking about this, but since I came on playing around, I was like, yo, do you mean to tell me that Uncle Lucas is over here cleaning money? Because, Braden was looking through, those little, through the book and everything and looking at the numbers and stuff. And I'm like, is he cleaning money? Like, what's happening here? Okay. But I'm going to touch on that situation a little later. Let's start off a little bit what happens when the episode starts. So when the episode starts, we have the Russians who are getting back, as we knew they would, right? We got Davis calling in last week's episode, calling Monet, saying, oh, the Russians were scooped up or whatever, right? So your family's safe for now. And I made the point that, no, they're not safe. I mean, all they got to do is bring more Russians from over, you know what I'm saying? And they're not safe, okay? And look, I don't know if that's exactly what the freak happened, but something happened because the Russians, last week I was saying, oh, it's Tejadas 2 and Russian Zip. Actually, it's more than that for the Tejadas, right? Because I think the Castillos had shot a few guys on the outside of that place, right? But man, oh man, did they get back. I mean, they laid out Kane's whole crew and all of that. So we shall see what happens. But we ain't gonna see what happens because Monet done cooked up some schemes in this episode. It's crazy, guys. It's so hard to not talk about one thing when you're trying to talk about this, just basically one scene, because you're just ready to just go in. Oh my gosh. Relax and Chill already says how the Russians find their place of business. Yeah, that's another thing. Everybody knows where to find everyone and what's going on. And maybe the Tejadas, have, their name ring a few bells and things like that. But it's like, oh my gosh. Yes, Mo be cooking. Lil Rock is in the building. Where you at? I didn't see you. I see Jeremiah talking to you. What up, Little Rock? All right, so now we also have a scene, guys, where Monet is telling Gordo to walk away from Drew, right? And Gordo was like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say, as long as we keep our mouths shut, you don't have to worry about anything. And he's like, you're not worried about the Russians or nothing like that. You just worried about him finding out that you wanted his poppy got, you know? And he was like, I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna go. I'm gonna keep seeing Drew, you know, and that's just that. You just keep your mouth shut. I keep my mouth shut. And she was like, a lot of people were saying last week, they were like, Gordo is gone in the next episode. So I was, and look, of course, when that happened, I was not surprised at all. Exactly, relax and chill. Like it was stupid, and it was almost as if he either didn't know. Look, they don't know, don't show, or don't care. Like he either didn't know or didn't care about who Monet is and how she gets down. I kind of want to say I think he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, he made a little reference about how, you know, last week when she was like, I mean, not last week, a few episodes before he actually deleted Poppy, be careful with my son, this and that. He was like, or else, I know. You know what I mean? Maybe he just wasn't taking her seriously, like when he was saying or else, because clearly my guy doesn't know jack about Monet. Like she's a dangerous woman. And here's the thing. When Monet found out that somebody was messing with her baby girl up at the school, with Diana talking about, you know, her little fake simp. I'm gonna use that word because, you know, my guy Brillo loves to say it. Her little fake simp, and I'm gonna call him a fake simp, and I'm gonna get there. You know, her little fake simp, you know, giving her problems. Diana tells her mom that, and Monet is like, what? I will come up there, and you know, her come up there is not no regular come up there. And that's why Diana was like, no, thank you. I got this. You taught me everything, you know, I needed, all this, blah, blah, blah. One thing I will say about Monet is in this episode, you saw her trying to be softer with her children. And I feel like it's because when she saw Poppy's ghost in the last episode, it really scared her to just kind of lose all her children, not to death, but to them not ever talking to her again, disowning her and stuff like that. Like that's all she has left is her children. So I kind of feel like she was softening up to them and, you know, wanted them to be close. Like, are you going to come over for dinner? You know, she's texting Diana. Then she's saying to Drew, are you going to stay for dinner? You know, things of that nature. And so I just kind of feel like she was trying to just be a little softer. Yeah, she was still talking to my guy Kane recklessly, to calling him a dummy and all of this stuff. But, you know, that comes with the territory, unfortunately. Like she was always more softer with Drew, especially. And then, you know, a little hard on Diana, but still very overprotective of Diana. Okay, until Diana pissed her off last season. Okay, hey Smiley, I say Smiley, smile now, cry later. Hi. Somebody was saying something. What's up, support gaming? Okay, this what I wanted to acknowledge. Thank you, so iconic, a new member. Yay! So guys, speaking of new members, when Snowfall was out, and it was Snowfall, Godfather of Harlem, and whatever show that I'm doing, my members normally will get my first reaction, but I didn't do a first reaction recap to this episode because I kind of just watched it. So sorry about that. So sometimes for Power Book 2, I might, if I don't see it that Thursday night, then it might be, you know, but don't worry, that's one of the perks, and I'm gonna, you know, make sure that I keep up with it. I've been trying to be consistent with that. Okay, so AG says Kane already knows Mo had a hand in his dad's death. He's not stupid. Yeah, I believe that as well. I definitely believe that. Like when she did all that stuff, like everything that was playing out with the whole text and everything, and we will get there. I was like, Kane is like, nah, he's just going with the flow. He's going with the motions, guys. And now that Diana is you know what happened with her, which we will talk about. We're gonna see if stuff hits the fan the way I'm thinking it will. Okay. So, like I said, I feel like Monet has been a little more clinging on with her kids, softer with her kids in this episode. All right. But she is something else. Somebody said she was moving like rock in this episode. I will say she was. I will say that. She did have a little rockism going on. All right. So now we also have that Tariq calls Lauren and he wants to know what the feds have on him. Hey, let me know what's happening, girl. And she's like, what do you want? So she is giving him kind of like, attitude because she doesn't know what to do right now. She doesn't know who to trust. You know what I mean? So especially after that whole thing with Sax talking about Tariq is a monster and everything. So Tariq is saying if that's what they told you and I'm a monster, then they made you a monster. And she's like, it's never anybody's fault, is it? Which is true. She's right about that. The way he is it's almost like it's never anybody else's fault. It's always theirs. You know what I mean? But we do see that in last season, he was kind of feeling guilty about things, especially after he thought she was dead. He's like, everybody I know, when they get too close to me, blah, blah. So he was starting to feel a little guilty. Sorry, let me take this phone down. He was starting to feel a little guilty. So I won't, beat him up too bad, but she was right when she said that, though. All right. But he said, did they tell you? Because she was like, your sister, me. Like, I don't know if she said anybody else, but I know she definitely said his sister. And he said, my sister. And he said, did they tell you that a dirty cop deleted my sister and I just had to do what I had to do? Did they tell you that? And, that kind of made her soften up again. I'm telling you, every time Tariq, listen, when Lauren hears stories about Tariq from the ops, it's always the worst thing. He's a monster. He's this, he's that. But when Tariq explains it, the softer side comes back, right? And she starts to feel sorry for him and she starts to kind of see, the layers of peeling and everything like that. So now she's like, oh no, they didn't tell me that. I didn't know, so now he's like, okay, so we need to work together. And she's like, okay, well, even more of a reason why we need to cooperate with the feds. She's still trying to do the cooperation thing. And he's like, no, we're not going to have the life that we dreamed of if we cooperate, because if we don't get a bullet, we are going to be put in WITSEC, and that's going to ruin our lives. We're not going to be able to see our family again and nothing. And we're both in the same boat. I know you want to see your family. I want to see my family, like I want to be with my family again. So she's like, she doesn't know what to do. And plus she lets him know before they get off the phone, I want to believe you, Tariq, I really do, but I don't trust you. He said, okay, well, I'm going to do whatever I can to get you to trust me again. I promise. Okay, we know what that thing is, okay? But first, let's talk a little bit about this scene right here with Sax and Theo and Davis. And, they're going over these little questions, before they have their hearing and before he goes to, before the board. And he's failing freaking miserably, and he's like, oh, I pray all the time, this and that, which is fine, right? But then when Sax asked him, how he plans on fitting back in with society and all of this stuff, he's like, I have no idea, because he never thought he was getting out. He always thought that he would stay there for the rest of his life. So these are not things that he is thinking about. After everything is said and done with this situation, this is just a man who is protecting his brother, and that's it. And he has made his peace with it. So when when Theo leaves, Davis is very sad looking, he's downcast and all that. And Sax is like, are you okay? He's like, no, my brother's going to die in here. So he doesn't really see his brother getting out at all. So now Sax is saying, no, you know what? I think I can help. There is a way. So just hold on. So anytime Sax sees Davis like this, and because he doesn't really see that side of Davis, right? When he sees this side, he's a little sensitive towards it, which I appreciate about Sax, but at the same time, he's still working with Jenny. So he loses a lot of points for that, So, so he goes to Jenny and he says, I need you to, help me get Davis's brother off by swapping out one of the judges or the panel, whoever the freak these people are. judge panel, I don't care, right? Swapping out one of the panels or whatever. The board members to so we can get somebody in there that will take a bribe. All right. And she's like, why would she do this and all? Why would I help him? Blah, blah, blah. And he has to remind, listen, if he is the consigliere, then he has to be able to trust me. And if I do this for him, then I'm gonna be in. And then he reminds her, and I'm gonna use the word I'm gonna use the word remind, because he sent her a text that she ignored. Remember that he had the Whitman file? So in this scene that I don't have right here, I'm sorry, in the scene that I'm talking about, him and Jenny, Sax tells her that plus he has a Whitman file, one of the Whitman files. And she's like, wait, why didn't you lead with that and all of this, right? And my thing is, excuse me, scratching my head, he actually sent you a text that you ignored. Okay, so how is it that you don't remember that, or you didn't like what? So you just ignoring text. As soon as you see Sax's name, you just like, I'm not even gonna read it, right? But you want this guy to help you. So anyway, guys, long story short, we already know that she wind up helping him out with that. Next thing we know, oh wait, I cannot forget that he almost cursed her to freak out without or without going too hard, but he told her, it's just so easy for you, right? You're always, you just get to sit back while people do the dirty work and you keep your hands clean and all of this and that. And she's like, what? And he said, you lied to my face and all this. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't get past this. So now all of a sudden she's acting all, chummy and stuff. Girl, please. And he said, listen, you lied to my face. And if I find out that you do anything like that to me again, I will burn you. I was like, thank you, Sax. Thank you for finally, nutting up like freaking Kane told Braden to do in last week's episode. Thank you for nutting up. Okay. But the problem with this is that it doesn't freaking matter, because he's still working with her against Tariq and all of them. So it is very annoying, and he's working behind Davis's back. So 1 minute he's helping Davis, and another minute, he's working behind his back with this whole thing. Yes, please. Thank you, Mike Conley. Please hit the like button. Please, please, please. All right. So let me see. Yeah, I'm very glad he went in on her. But, like I said, this is just really annoying that he's still working with this lady, talking about, because I really want to take these people down. So, yeah, that's the only reason why I'm going to still work with you, whatever he said. I don't be having all the freaking quotes and all of that. So let me see something. I did not mean to. I wanted to kind of jump right into the whole thing. I wanted to fast forward so we can kind of close the whole storyline of this episode with Davis, right? So finally Theo gets out and it all worked out, okay? And another thing is that we saw that Davis has a whole bunch of freaking money in his desk. I mean, like this little compartment, he slides it open and it's a whole bunch of money. I'm like, yo, what is going on here? All right. Now, this is not good. I don't think it's smart. I don't think he should trust Sax at all. I understand that, Sax is one of his employees or whatever, but it's just like, come on, you cannot trust this guy. And even if guys, it's just too much sometimes. Sometimes it's too much with these daggone shows, okay? Why you got your money right there? Like, why couldn't you have that in a compartment at home or something, or played it off and been like, all right, I got you, because Sax was like, I need money fast. Why he couldn't play it off and be like, all right, I'll get you that money tonight, knowing it's, where it is, right freaking next to his daggone knee, right? But still, man, it's crazy. Hey, Tracy Lee. And she has such a great point. Davis has been sloppy all season. Exactly. Leaving your key underneath the little freaking calendar tray, whatever that little, looked like it was the calendar. You know how they have those big calendars on the desk? Whatever it was, he has his key underneath. and then Sax is able to go in his drawer. Like, it's just enough. All right, enough is a freaking enough. I need Davis to start playing way smarter. Okay, now back to the situation with his brother Theo. Now, first of all, wait, let me just say this about the money situation. I don't know if Sax is gonna find that freaking money, but the fact that he pulled that out, bam, Sax, I don't think Sax is gonna be stupid enough to think that there's not more where that freaking came from, okay? And then he's probably gonna run and tell Jenny that, you know? So, yeah, AG, and leaving the burner phone in his desk, like just doing a whole bunch of stuff. But thank God for Lauren and Tariq, and we're gonna talk when we get to that scene. All right, so now back to Davis and his brother, guys. I'm not feeling good about what I saw in the trailer. I don't think there's anybody that he would be frantically telling. When I say he, I'm talking about Davis. I don't think there's anybody that he would frantically be telling them to put down the gun to but his brother. I think his brother's going to kill himself. I shouldn't have said that because I don't want them to freaking, limit my monetization for saying that. But I think he's going to delete himself. We saw in this episode and in this particular scene, which, I wanted to show his brother too, but I just didn't, whatever. So I think, all right, so we saw in this scene, because I'm kind of looking and reading my bad guys. Theo was pissed off. When he got out, he wasn't happy about it because he saw that his brother had to do something illegal to get him out. And he's like, what the heck was I in prison for? I did this so that you can have a better life, and basically live clean. Not for you to be out here still being slimy. Like, you a lawyer, but you slimy still. Like, of course, this is me paraphrasing, right, guys? And the brother is very disappointed with Davis. And he's like, you know what? Take me to the freaking treatment center and drop me off and don't come visit me anymore. Because he's over here feeling like, why was I even in prison? Like, I was totally fine with this. Why was I even there? So it's just, it's a shame. And one thing that I can say is that I admire his brother because, like, both of them though, right? Both of them. Like in last season, I saw the love between both of them. They wanted to really protect each other. You got Theo in there and I don't want you to say nothing. Leave me in here. I'm fine. I want you to just be the best you that you can be. I'm okay in here. And he was, like I said, willing to die in there. And that was that, right? But you take care of yourself and be good, right? And so now you have also the brother here, Davis, who of course has to feel guilty because his brother is in prison for something that he did, right? And of course, he wants to protect him. His brother's dying. He wants to get him out before he dies. All of this stuff, guilt weighing on him, the love for his brother weighing on him, all of that, right? And so I admire his brother. Like I said, I admire him more. I like the brotherly love, but I admire Theo more because he's about the straight and narrow. And Davis is on some slimy stuff, right? And so he's disappointing his brother. And that was kind of a sad scene to me. And now I feel like if we, when we get to next week's episode and his brother deletes himself, that's going to be even sadder. Because to be honest, I've already been hoping that he didn't die in prison, but now he gets out and he's going to freaking die out here. It's just, tragic. Always so daggone tragic, child. So Iconic, thank you so much for the super chat. Is that the money from Noma's ring sale? Because I'm over here wondering where it's from as well. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that probably is. But thank you for the super chat. And also, maybe, you see, here's what I thought. So Iconic. I thought that, you know how Monet keeps just boom, 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 like, here, take this and handle that and keep the rest. Remember when she had him get somebody to do some breaking and entering and stuff like that? Pay whoever you need to pay and then keep the rest. Monet and some other folks always throwing them stacks on him like that. So not sure if that's where it came from, but some of it, I'm sure it has come from that. And maybe some came from Noma as well, because I'm telling you that lawyer money, yeah, he making money as a lawyer, but come on now. Come on. All right, AG says, I think so too, Miss K. He has nothing else to live for. He wanted to sacrifice himself for Davis. Yeah. So it's really sad. I don't like this. I don't like this at all, guys. I think he was thinking about how Sax came in offering release to give up information on his case, and he knows Sax is sticking it to him. One thing I will say though, smile now, cry later, is that I'm happy that, well, at least I'm trying to be happy that that whole thing that Sax is doing is about to come to an end. Like his cover is about to be blown. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad for that. We already had Lauren, who I said we was gonna wait till we get there, but whatever. Lauren telling Tariq that Sax knows. He knew about everything. And so Tariq's like, wow, Sax is the freaking mole, because how did we not know that a RICO case was coming? And we'll talk about that soon. Okay. Let's see what Support Gaming is saying. It's sad how the brother would rather be back in jail and die. Yeah. But remember in that phone call with Tariq, he was like, I'm thinking I shouldn't have had you writing them checks for me. I think he's starting to see something. Hey, Matthew, how are ya? All right, let's see what else we got, guys. So I also have that Kiki tells Braden that, she knows that he's selling drugs, okay, like at Weston Holdings, okay? This is after they're getting it in and all that stuff, right? And then she tries to get in his head. First I was like, come on, hold it down, Braden, hold it down. You know how when, who was talking? Was it Kane? Kane was talking and saying, asking him questions about what happened with Lauren, and he held it down. But when Kane pressed Effie, she kind of folded, right? Not kind of, she did. And that's how Kane was able to see what was what, right? So I was hoping that in this moment, but I knew he wasn't going to do it. He just finished getting some cookie jar. He was not about to stay strong. I wanted him to stay strong and not admit it to Kiki, but he did. He was like, oh, F, whatever. And I'm just like, man, you could have just stayed lying, please. And she's like, we've been knowing for a while, whatever. So and then she kind of gets in his head and starts saying, because he was like, yeah, Tariq. Listen, Braden loves Tariq, guys. He does. And I want it to stay like that. I don't want it to be to the point where like what she was doing, where she was kind of getting in his head, kind of like how Holly was doing with Tommy. And I told you guys last week and probably a few other times that I don't really like comparing Power Book 1 to the characters in Power Book 2. I'm pretty sure that they're very different, but we can find some similarities, right? So I just don't want him to have a Holly situation where, how Holly was getting all up in Tommy's head and saying things about Ghost to try to turn Tommy against Ghost, right? So Kiki was saying, oh, the crash coin thing was where the brains were at. So since she's basically trying to tell Braden that he's the brains. Like, why are you so worried about Tariq when he is the freaking brains of the operation? And once a female starts to do that in a show, especially to the number 2 guy, the number 2 guy often starts to feel some type of resentment towards number 1. And I just don't want Braden to do that. And I just feel like he loves Tariq so much. Like he's literally my brother. Like the fact that he said literally was hilarious to me, because he's not literally your brother, but you look at him as a brother. And I do love that relationship, and I hope that they get back on track, but that's all I was saying. When she started talking like that, I was like, here we go, here the freak we go. Okay. But then we had, a later scene with that whole situation with the Ponzi stuff, and we're gonna get there. And I kind of feel like Braden is just like feeling used at this point. So I'm not sure if he's going to continue to deal with her unless she gets in his head some more, you know? All right, so let's talk about this scene right here. So Tariq comes in, and I was kind of hoping that they wasn't gonna make up real quick and do anything, and they didn't. Thank God. Tariq went up in there for a whole another reason. He promised Lauren that he was going to make sure that she would trust him again. I promise I'm gonna gain your trust. And he was recording this conversation, all right, and it definitely proved that he had nothing to do with Lauren's deletion, right? And because you hear him saying, look, you didn't have to kill her, I was trying to make her leave and all of this stuff, and she's like, oh, you're just so weak, I did it for you, and all of this, you know, all of her, she's confessing basically, okay? And so, but he went in there asking for the picture of Noma and her daughter because he wants to get rid of Noma for good and all of this. And I'm like, where's this? This conversation is kind of coming out of left field. Like, this little plan is coming out of left field. So I honestly didn't know that he was recording her, but it was just like, why is he talking about Noma all of a sudden? Like, Noma is not even the issue right now. Okay. It's the Russians. Okay. But anyway, so we know why. Okay. Meanwhile, we also see that Effie is having issues with, before he leaves, he lets her know, because she was like, why don't you let me back into the business if you want the picture? And he was like, why would I do that? You killed Lauren, blah, blah, blah. So that's how he was able to record the conversation. Okay. And he probably anticipated all, you know, her responses and this, that, and the third, and how he was going to respond back to her, which is, you know, how he was able to record that, which was great. It was genius. Awesome, Tariq. Okay. And before he left, he was like, you was just looking out for number one anyway, like you always do, looking out for yourself. And I don't know why I messed with you in the first place, right? So now we also see in this episode that Effie is having issues paying for her school. You know, she's having issues paying tuition. Okay. So before this conversation right here, she was talking to Kane, and Kane was telling her like how much you need, because he gave her a brick and she was like, what the heck am I supposed to do with this? Okay. And this was before, I mean, this was after the Russians got got scooped up by the DEA or the cops or whatever you want to call it, right? And so let me rewind it, guys, because I'm kind of all over the place a little bit. So let me just make sure that I have everything that I have. So before this, guys, let me see if I could find it, because I kind of skipped. I was supposed to, that's what happened. I skipped. All right, sorry. So Monet, she's telling the guy she sees Kane, it's Tariq, it's Braden, and she's like, yo, this Noma chick is no freaking joke. So now she's really seeing that Noma is nothing to play with. Okay. And she's like, I need ideas. Like, what's going on? Can I get something? Right. Kane doesn't have anything. Nobody else has anything. She's like, Tariq, you got anything? Tariq is just in space. Right. And so she's like, what is wrong with you? So she tells everybody, clear the room. And she's like, what's going on? Okay. Because, all right. And so, well, before Kane left, he was like, oh, he mad because we deleted his wire wearing B. So she's like, what is your problem? And he's like, you heard him, you know, you heard, that's what happened. And she's like, so you should thank the person that did this for you. And, you know, I don't know why you acting like this over some wire wearing B and all of this stuff like that. You know, everybody's just so, they don't care. They feel like she's a rat. We don't give a daggone about her. Just delete her. No one cares. Thank the person that did it for you. All right. Of course, Tariq knows that's how everybody feels, and he doesn't care. But honestly, I was almost afraid that he did care. And I'll bring that up too when I get to that scene. I love this jacket that Monet has on, by the way. Okay. So anyway, so she's like, listen, we got a lot of problems. Okay. And no solutions. And you are my thinker. So I need you to think. And I actually like this part when she said that you're my thinker, because it's true. There's really nobody around her right now that thinks like that, even though she doesn't know that Kane is approaching that level, but it's not like Tariq so far. Okay. So he said, all right, well, you know what you could do? If you could find out when the Russians shipment is coming in, where they're going to be receiving their shipment, I got somebody that can, get them grabbed up, and there we go. And so she knows that Drew can find this out. But when Drew goes to, the Castillos and everything, they give him a very hard time. They're like, no, if it's a higher risk, we need more money, 50-50, blah, blah, blah. One of the brothers pulled out a gun. Like, it was, and Gordo was like, whoa, what is going on? Gordo got some serious feelings for Drew, guys. We saw that in this episode. He got some serious feelings. And Monet saw it as well. And that's why she was trying to tell him, make sure that you always got his ear over his brothers. And, she was, meanwhile, she cooking up this plan. Meanwhile, like, yo, I'm like, what is all this meeting with Kai and this, that, and the third? Yeah. Meanwhile, she was cooking it up. This lady is something else. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, she wanted to, we already went through that. And this is when we saw Braden. But before we get there, guys, because I know I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. We already talked about Sax telling Ginny off, right? But also, guys, the plan works, right? We see the Russians get jacked up, okay? But we also see, because who did he get it to do it? He got, when I say he, I'm talking about Tariq. He got Tate. He told Tate about it. Tate, I'm sorry though, that meeting wherever they met, didn't the camera look like there was somebody watching them? Because Tate was like, yo, is somebody following you, man? I can't be seen with your shady behind. Like, what are you doing? And I was thinking to myself, like, why couldn't they meet somewhere else though? You know what I'm saying? Like, one person go first into the building and then, Tariq maybe put a hood on. I don't know. Just do something, because that was just way too risky. All right. So anyway, he talks to Sax. He tells them he gives them the tip. I'm sorry, not Sax. He talks to Tate. He gives Tate the tip. And then boom. Okay. The Russians, they get it. Okay. And so the fact that this all worked out was great, but it's on the news as well. And Tate is taking all the credit and all that. It's going to help him look good for his campaign. And who is watching the freaking news? Blanca and Jenny. And what gets on my nerves the most, guys, is the fact that Blanca knows how to put everything together without any evidence, without any proof or nothing. She just know how to put it all together. Oh, if that's the case, then that Tariq and Tate, they're working together. It's just so annoying to me. Oh, they're working together. They're like one and the same, or whatever the heck she said. I freaking forgot. I'm just hating. I'm like, it's too easy. It's too easy, yo. Y'all making it too easy for this lady to always be on point with it. Like, she was just breaking it all the way down, hitting every target, like on the freaking nose. It was so annoying. I'm like, are y'all kidding me right now? Are y'all kidding me? It's way too easy. It makes me go back to the lyrics in the BMF song. The D's ain't that good. These ninjas is writing. Like, they're not that good. You mean to tell me Blanca is that good? She's connecting the dots that well with not an inch of evidence, nothing. And she's only going by the fact that she feels like she knows Tariq and she knows Tate and all of this. But you never had evidence about anything. So what do you know for real? I'm sorry. Maybe somebody's going to say, but she did have evidence about this or that, the third. Well, then how come nobody's in jail? You know what I'm saying? It's just not, I can't with it. Okay, so then she goes and puts it together that I'm willing to bet my house that they're running drugs out of Western Holdings. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm sorry, guys. I don't like when I yell in the mic, but come on. Too freaking easy. So now what do? Because she's like, oh, they might have the operation tight. Like, my mouth is tight. They might have their operation tight, but I bet you their clients don't. So here we go with the nigga in the freaking garbage. Thank God, Tariq was trying to call Lauren at the same time that the freaking dude was in the daggone garbage as a bum, trying to act like he was a freaking bum. okay? Digging in the garbage. Too easy. Too easy. How did you find a coffee cup, right? And think that at the bottom of the freaking cup, there's going to be some drugs. Come on. Too freaking easy, man. Too easy. Stop doing this to me. Stop. Freaking stop. Gosh. Anyway, so thank God, though, that Tariq didn't say Lauren. Like, thank God he didn't say her name, because I feel like when he was coming out of the building, he might have said it. I don't remember, though. He might have said the name, right? But he wasn't close enough to the guy that was acting like a bum, right? But I was like, oh my gosh, thank God he did not say her name, because that would have given it away right there, right? Because we already have Sax on the radar, is like he's asking Jenny, do you think that Lauren said anything to Tariq? And she's like, no, she wouldn't ever go near that killer, that murderer. She's so freaking stupid. Whew. So anyway, but like I said, I'm glad Tariq did not say Lauren's name, but he's really trying to get into Lauren's, like he's really like, please, Lauren, trying to get into her head, trying to get a meeting, a phone call, everything. All right. And he's like, meet up with me and all this stuff. But I'm not going to jump the gun. I think there's more of stuff that we have to go over first. Okay. So I think we're going to go back to talking about the Weston Holdings thing. Okay. All right. So now it's a Ponzi scheme, guys. We already, like, he was working and he's here. He hears this noise, Braden, and he goes out. You see this freaking guy. Well, he didn't see the guy. We see this guy coming out with these two big bags, and he goes through one of the doors. And so Tariq sees an open door, and he finds like a secret little passageway and all this stuff. And like I said earlier, all I was thinking of is this guy running drugs out of here and cleaning, is he cleaning money? But come to find out, it's a whole Ponzi scheme. And it's just really messed up because, this is Braden's family's business. It's supposed to be a legacy. It's a legitimate company, supposed to be, right? And I was talking to somebody earlier. We were basically talking about this whole situation about how, how could he be upset, right? How could Braden be upset with his uncle about running a Ponzi scheme with the company when he's a whole drug dealer? And so my response was, well, I think it's because Braden, yes, he does deal drugs, but, growing up his whole life, the Weston name is a legitimate name, and the legitimacy of his family's company has always been a security blanket for him, right? And he could, and that name can always get him out of trouble. That's that privilege, that white privilege that Effie and Tariq always talks about with him. We don't get second chances and third and fourth chances like you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of another reason why I feel like he would be really upset about finding out this is a Ponzi scheme. His uncle is doing this, and his father doesn't know anything about it. So any day, guys, this situation could go up in smoke. It could ruin the whole Weston name. They could go bankrupt. They could just be freaking done. All right. And Tariq's with trust fund is wrapped up in this. Okay. And could you imagine that he was about to take a hold of Poppy's life insurance policy and all of that? It would have been, woo! It would have just been all jacked up, guys. All freaking jacked up. All right. But here's what I think, guys. I think that now that they have evidence to build a RICO case for sure on the Tejadas and Tariq and Braden and that whole freaking operation, I think that to save his father's company, Braden is going to do something to make his uncle take the fall for this whole freaking thing. I don't know what he's going to do, but I feel like this is their way out. You cannot tell me right now that they are about to go down in no freaking RICO case. No, this is season 3. I don't think it's going to happen. Not at all. Uncle Lucas is about to take the fall. Now, here's the thing, though, right? They're going to have to get the drugs that they find at all the locations that Blanca was talking about, how everything matches up, right? The drugs from the freaking coffee cup, the drug that was over on the roof, and the drugs from over here. Everything has to match up, right? It's the same type of product and everything. So Braden is going to have to do some type of planting somewhere, somehow, right? And just kind of remove himself from the situation and insert Uncle Lucas here, right? Remove himself, insert Uncle Lucas. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's one way that I feel they can escape clean, is Uncle Lucas will go down for it instead. Now, what will happen to Monet? Instead of going down for drugs, she may go down for deletion. If some way, somehow, to get Diana free, if freaking Kane or anybody finds out something or whatever, I keep saying this, but however they're gonna do it, they're gonna get her, she's gonna get out from immunity. Or look, something is gonna happen where their whole daggone RICO case is gonna go up in smoke, go up in freaking flames probably, and it might all be because of the testimony of Lauren. Okay, I don't know, guys, but we shall see. Okay, we shall see, baby. We talked about that. Okay, so we talked about this. Now, so now we're back to this, right? So Kane was trying to, after all of that, because I done freaking messed around and skipped. So after all of that, Kane offers to pay, I was gonna say Kiki. What is her name? Effie's tuition. Okay. And she's like, no, I don't need your charity. I'm like, girl, if you don't stop this right now, like you swear up and down that school is so important to you, this and that. Look, I understand she doesn't want to take money from this, man or whatever, blah, blah. I understand. I'm the same way, but at the same time, you work with this dude, right? You guys are getting money. Money ain't a thing to him. And since you're always, this is what I find so weird about this chick. If she's always looking out for number one, which is herself, why the heck does she have a problem with taking money for herself, from somebody for herself? Money, I guess, if I didn't work for it, then I don't want it. But you still looking out for number one, right? Why do you care? You be willing to do things that will hurt other people, right? To look out for yourself. But when it comes to taking somebody's money that they're actually offering to you to look out for yourself, you don't want to do it. It's just backwards to me. Like, whatever. You sound dumb. So anyway, she's over here saying, can I get a little more time and blah, 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 blah. The lady says, let me look up your little thing, right? Looking it up. So she comes to find out that her tuition is paid for the semester and everything. I don't know. I don't remember if she said for the rest of the year or the semester, whatever, but whatever it is, he came and took care of it. So instead of saying thank you, she says, F you, I told you I don't need no charity. And what does Kane say back? You're welcome. Because he understands Effie's language. He understands what the heck is going on, what it is. And that, look, I'm not going to lie, that was kind of cute. And I think that they would kind of be cute together. And even though I'm not an Effie fan, I think they would be cute. But I don't know if I want them to be together because I'm kind of used to Kane alone and just being, him or whatever, like doing whatever he does. So I don't know if I want to see if I want him to be booed up with anybody, because I don't think Effie is a good woman to have. That's just how I feel, guys. I don't think she's good to have. And with her in his ear, I feel like he would be very, 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 what is the word? Very gullible when it comes to her. I can see that. I feel like he would be like putty in her freaking hands. She would be the one to get him to do any freaking thing. And I think them pairing up is more dangerous than anything. Okay. That's what I got to say about that, child. So let's go to we're calling him the simp over here. You know, I said fake simp because he does this poem and then he calls Diana out and she just walks the heck away. She doesn't receive the flower or anything like that. And then goes into the little stock room or whatever. And he comes behind her like, what are you doing? You can't give me no respect for what I just did for you in front of all these people, this and that, third. And this is why I call him a fake simp, because my boy, if you are trying to win her back, that is not how you come at her after she rejected you. Yeah, I'm sorry that she rejected you in front of everybody. That had to be embarrassing, but you shouldn't have called the freaking name out because that was bold. You know, you can say what you had to say and you could have left the whole Diana part out of it. Maybe got off the stage and said, hey, you know, can I talk to you for a minute or whatever? You know, can we talk in private or whatever? You didn't have to say her freaking name, you know, but the whole point that I'm making is that he goes into the freaking closet and starts spazzing on her. You show me some respect for that. Oh, you can't. Oh, that's how you feel. Oh, this, oh, that. He was kind of coming on a little too strong. Like his attitude was real. Like he just flipped out of nowhere. I almost was afraid that he might freaking put his hand on her or something. I wasn't sure because it was a real. It was so fake to me. Like, why are you over here? Look at his face. You over here looking like a little sad puppy dog. And then when you get in there, you turn like what the heck was that about? I don't know. It was crazy. Mm-mm. Yeah, it switched up like a battery in a flash. It sure did. It sure the heck did. And I was like, what is happening here? Yeah, all of a sudden, Brushandria could rap and all that. Like, what are we doing? We don't need this. Yeah, I'm always saying stuff like that. We don't need that extra stuff. Somebody rapping. We not doing that. Leave that for the Shy and all that with freaking what's her name? What is her name from the Shy? Anyway, I don't forgot her name already. When the Shy come back, we'll talk about it. So yeah, he goes into the closet, all of this stuff, and she, you know, he's still talking trash, saying what he say. Oh, so the rumors are true. You are sleeping with Tariq and blah. Who I sleep with is none of your concern, and all of this and that and the third. And then he starts to tell her that she, yeah, Maisha, thank you so iconic. I knew one of y'all was gonna help us with that out. Starts to tell her that, you know, I know you were selling drugs in the candy shop and all of this and that. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been saying since day one of this episode, I'm sorry, of this season, that I believe that he gonna be the next body to come out of Stansfield. I've been telling y'all, and because he's snooping around too much, now he letting it be known that he knows about the drug, this and that, and they could easily use him to testify. You know what I'm saying? So she had to go and Google some stuff herself. And, you know, she found out that this man, you know, he comes from the poorest part of the big rich town. Okay. He grew up in hell, a block away from heaven. No. That's not the story. I done screwed that up. He grew up in heaven. He was raised by white people. He over here trying to act like he grew up on the hellish side of the big rich town. I don't even think he's from New York. I think she said he's from somewhere else, but I'm just trying to use the freaking theme song as to tell my little story here. Okay. His name is Trevor Nelson. Yeah. Trevor Nelson. Some talking about some Celine Ashe, whatever the heck his last name is. You already knew that was fake. Freaking Kane already called him out. Kane, remember when Kane called him out when he was like, that sound like some made up ish, right? Or that ish sound made up. So true. Hit it on the freaking head. Didn't even know he was telling the truth. Okay. Yeah, Spring Lake. Look, y'all got it. Spring Lake, Maryland. That ninja is a freaking Oreo, and he over here talking about some Salim Ashe. So he don't want nobody to know about this. So she's like, listen, if you freaking keep my secret, don't run your daggone mouth. I won't run mine. Okay. Talk about a single mother. Get the heck up out of here. So let me see, DeMarcus. Thank you, DeMarcus, for the super chat. Celine Freeman, aka Trevor Nelson, tried to pull a Darius Lorenz Tate Love Jones on Diana and got denied with the quickness. Sure did. Embarrassed the crap out of him. Listen, I'm the type of chick that if I were in that situation, I would go get the flower from the guy. Like I'm not doing all that. Behind closed doors, I would tell you you don't have a chance, but I'm not gonna embarrass you like that. You went through all of that trouble, okay, no problem. I'll take the flower. Thank you so much. Now keep it moving. Okay. Keep it moving. All right. So yeah. So she handled her situation. That was cool. And he was like, "Are we good?" She said, "No. You come from with your trust fund that you have. I'm pretty sure you can shorten your hours and let some other folks around here that needs to pay their tuition, let them get some jobs." And you know what? That's so sad that Salim Ashe, Mr. Power to the People, can't think like that, But when you're raised like that as an Oreo, you can't think like that because your mind doesn't go there. So it's just fake at the end of the day. So I like how she played that. That was cool. Like give some other folks a daggone chance. And also give me a raise, okay? Because these checks ain't right at all. All right, let's see where else we going now. All right, so we're finally at the scene. Tariq was saying, "Meet up with me, Lauren. I have some proof to show you that you can trust me, this and that and the third." And she was like, "I'm about to be moved out of the safe house into another place, another location. They got the RICO case going on, blah, blah, blah." So they get there into the bathroom, and I was scared. This is the part that I told you guys earlier that I'm going to wait till we get to it. And when Monet was telling him, you should be happy that you should thank the person that did this, like the person that deleted her. And I was thinking to myself, Tariq, I hope that you are not about to, believe or buy into what Monet is saying. I hope you're not convinced now, or that you didn't change your mind, that you still want to protect Lauren. Because honestly, when he had his hand in his pocket, I was like, please don't tell me he's going to pull out a gun. Please don't tell me that he's going to delete her before she's able to testify, anything like that. I kind of got scared. I'm not going to lie. Okay. So it didn't happen. It was the phone conversation. It was the phone and the conversation that him and Effie had. And so she was able to believe him and say, okay, this is when we also find out that Sax is the mole. Well, we don't find out. We already know. Tariq finds out that Sax is the mole because she's telling him here that the RICO case, they got a RICO case against you guys now. And he's like, what? Like, it's a full blown, like, what the heck is going on here? And she's like, no. He said, Sax should have saw this coming. And she said, he did see it coming. And he said, oh, wow. So Sax is the mole. And so my thing is, I cannot freaking wait till he goes back and tells Davis. What the heck is Davis going to do with this information? I have no idea. But I'm hoping that he gets a little smarter than he's been, because he's been slipping this season. Get back to, that little shrewdness that you got before. Okay? That's what we knew about you before, Davis, and we need it back. Okay? Let's turn it back on, because you were really slipping, doing the most with all of the mistakes that you've been making. Okay? So yes, thank you, AG. Please hit that like button, folks. To Net High says, how many times Tariq have to prove to Lauren he didn't try to kill her? She got to go. I mean, look, if I was her, I would need that proof too. Because she's getting all these different stories. She's getting Jenny lying and manipulating to her. I said manipulating to her, lying to her and manipulating her. Then you get in Sax, who came to Jenny's house and presented himself as someone that she could possibly trust, because he was saying the things that he was saying, which was, I saw how Tariq looked and reacted when he thought you were dead. He did not kill you. He loved you or whatever. I mean, he didn't try to kill you. He loved you, you know? So she's feeling like, okay, maybe I can talk to him, especially since he told me that what Jenny is doing to me is illegal and stuff like that. So maybe I can talk to him. So now she's listening to Sax tell her that Tariq is a freaking monster. So now she's back to square one where it's like, okay, can I trust Tariq? I don't really know what the heck. I don't know who to trust. She's in a bad situation, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really is. She's in a bad situation. So, you know, she doesn't have her parents to rely on. She don't have nobody. So the proof for Tariq to show her, yeah, I mean, and that was good enough. I feel like after this, he really shouldn't have to prove anything else. So I'll you know, agree with that, Tanette. But yeah, this part, yeah, he needed to show her that, like, I didn't have nothing to do with it, and that's that. So I wonder what she's gonna do on the stand, right? If she goes and blows up that whole freaking RICO case and just screws it up, I wonder how that's gonna play out for her, especially, like, what's gonna happen with her. Tariq is gonna have to be the one responsible for getting her to safety. You know, like, who the heck can he use for that? Yeah, maybe he can get, I wouldn't say Sax, but he can probably ask Davis. I would hope that Davis would do it without saying anything to any of the Tejadas. Maybe he can get Tate to do it. To help him. I don't know, because it's at this point, it's like, who the heck can help him get her to safety? And knowing him at this point, he will just ask for somebody to pull some strings for him and take her to the safety location his dad wants self. Because if he ain't learned his lesson before, you got to do it yourself. There's nobody else you can trust. And she probably wouldn't even want nobody to take her but him any daggone way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I kind of said maybe he can call the ODA. I forgot her name. You talking about Tamika? Probably, yeah. Tamika's the only one that will really actually get her to safety, because she's been working with Tasha and the whole, you know, with that whole situation. So yeah, but all right, let's see where we're at now, guys. Do I have anything? All right, so we got that. So now we have Drew. And he's in the bed, and you know, they done finished doing what they do, and it's love. You know, I'm feeling that these guys are falling in love with each other, and he's asking him. Drew is asking Gordo, what, you know, how did you get your brothers to, you know, side with me or you know, go with what we asked them to do? And he's like, I told them that, you know, they're not gonna have me if this situation, you know, if you don't cooperate, then count me out. So he's like, oh wow, you know, you would basically forget about your family for me, or whatever he said. And you know, they're just having their little moment, and he's like, so this is something serious? That this was Drew saying this. And Gordo was like, duh, like, it been serious, you know. And so he's like, oh, the time is late. So he gets up and goes into the shower. And I did say this, guys. I told y'all that he was going to look through Gordo's phone and find out that he killed Poppy. Only it didn't go exactly the way I said it was going to go. I said that, you know, since they're bed buddies, he's definitely going to go through Gordo's phone, but he had to have cause to go through his phone. All right. Like, there had to be something that was going on that was suspicious or whatever. And so, and also it was that he was going to find the text between Gordo and Monet. But as we saw, Monet done put this whole freaking thing together. All right. Because she let Lorenzo's ghost get all up in her head. So now she's like, I got to come up with a way for my kids to find out who really did this and all of that, and make sure I get the heat off of me and get rid of Gordo at the same time. 2 birds with 1 freaking stone, right? So she's over here meeting up with Kai and everything, trying to get all chummy chum with him just to set this poor guy up. And he ain't really a poor guy. He's a freaking douchebag. But at the same time, he's still innocent in all of this stuff. He's going to take the fall just so she can make it look like he killed Poppy. So she got Drew to stay outside, Kane to come inside, and she started to say stuff to him, that manipulating talk that she does. I always need you next to me. You're my right hand and all that. You protect the family, this and that. And this time he calls her out on it because why? He's not the same Kane that she thinks he is, right? She doesn't understand this. And like I said last week, I feel like she is going to, her underestimating him is going to hurt her, right? So anyway, he calls her out and says, there you go, doing the thing you do, trying to manipulate me to do this and that, right? And she's like, okay, well, like I do need you, and I need you to help me with, to save my family or whatever, save our family. So just follow my lead or whatever. So he stayed out there, okay? And she was inside there talking to Kai and all of this, and just basically offering a partnership and offering herself up to him and all of this. And we don't know what the heck she's up to, but we know that she's up to something at this daggone point, And so he's like, that'll be too soon and everything, but he's definitely down because he been making passes since the daggone funeral, child. So he is ready. All right, so there's some type of signal that was supposed to go on, and we hear gunshots. It sounds like a gunshot to me. So he gets up, Kai gets up, and she takes a freaking knife out of her, her pocket or whatever it was, her bag, her pocket, and she tries to stab him, but he grabs her and they're tussling and all of this, and it's just like the plan is not working out so far. But of course, we already knew the headshot was coming. We already knew it was coming. And there it went. Okay. Kane came through with the headshot. And, she tells Kane to go check on Drew. She's like, Drew was supposed to wait for my signal or this and that and the third. And then she said, go check on him, whatever. So while Kane is checking on Drew, she's getting Kai's phone and texting, oh, I think they're on to us about Lorenzo, whatever, basically whoever it is. He texts the number to. We don't know who the heck this is until we get to the scene with Gordo and Drew. And I said, oh my freaking gosh. But, oh my gosh. All right. So I don't remember if this was before or after, but regardless, guys, they take Kai's freaking head to the Russians to squash the beef and say, listen, it was a whole misunderstanding. Oh no, this was after the fact. It had to be after the fact because that's when Drew deleted Gordo. So let's stick here first. So he's in the bed. Then he gets out of the bed. They're in the bed. Gordo gets out of the bed. He hears Gordo's phone go off. He goes to the phone because Monet had said to them, we just need to find out who he texted, because if he took out Lorenzo, then that means he wasn't working alone, right? He meaning Kai. If Kai took out Lorenzo, that means he wasn't working alone. So we got to find out who he sent that text to and then get rid of them too, right? So I don't know why, guys. I don't know why Drew decided to look at Gordo's phone after having a nice conversation with him and all of this, and seeing that they're probably really going to be something, they're falling in love, all of this. I don't understand why he decided to look at his phone. I don't. Was it the things that his mom said? Like, we got to see who that text was coming to and all of it. Like, what? I don't know. So this is crazy because it almost seems like her phone, right? Like, did she forward a number to, like, I'm so confused at this. Is a serious scratch in my head moment, because was that her burner and she just put it in Kai's pocket? You know what I mean? Because I feel like it had to be, because why was that Gordo's response? If it was Kai texting, why would Gordo respond the way he responded and say, well, when can we meet or whatever? Why would he do that? unless he knew that the number was coming from Monet. He knew that this was Monet's number that they was communicating back and forth with each other from. It had to be. So Monet, I think that was Monet's burner phone, and she put it in his pocket. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again, guys, because I watched it 1.5 times. Meaning the first time I watched it, and then the second time I watched it, I only got like halfway through. So I definitely have to see what's going on with that, because I'm trying to figure out why in the world would Gordo text that. He wouldn't text that to so what's his name, to freaking Kai. So okay, HFG says yes, Monet put her burner in Kai's pocket. Okay, because I'm like, that don't make no sense. That makes literally no sense why Gordo will respond that way to Kai. Okay. So I'm gonna get these super chats, and I thank you guys so much for them coming in. But I just want to finish my thought before I move on to anything. Okay, so now he's going to the phone, and like I said, I don't understand why. See, I always knew that this was gonna happen. I feel like I thought it was gonna happen, where since they're bed buddies, he's definitely gonna look at Gordo's phone. Okay, so he's looking at the phone, and I always said there has to be some suspicious reason why he looks at the phone, but only I didn't see a suspicious reason. I mean, did he think that Kai was the one that he was texting? I mean, he didn't have a reason to think like that. So it was just really weird to me, but this is how it went down. This was Monet's master freaking plan, and it freaking worked. He did not hesitate to take Gordo out. I thought it was kind of sad, but at the same time, it was totally freaking justified, because you over here sleeping with this man, and you know you killed his father. You're falling in love with him, and you're keeping this horrible, horrible secret. I mean, it's just a relationship built on a serious, hurtful, devastating freaking lie. And so now we see that Drew is devastated. We get Kane coming in, and he's like, what happened? Whatever. He said, he killed Poppy. So of course we know he's broken down, and Monet comes in, and I guess they took care of the body. So now we're gonna see what's gonna happen between the Castillos and the Tejadas. Like, woo! I mean, we are in episode 7, and we got 2 more episodes? No, 8, 9, 10, 3 more episodes. Like, something they're moving fast. They're opening stories and they're closing them really, really fast, which I don't mind. But it's like, yo, what is gonna happen between the Castillos? They're not gonna be dealing with. They done started a war with the Russians, closed the war with the Russians, but they're about to start a war with the Castillos. Like, this is crazy, guys. Okay, like, are they gonna open and close that real quick too? Like, what is happening? Okay, so he's crying on his mom, all of this. I'm telling you guys, when they find out that she is behind all of this, this is going to be something else. All right, so now they go to the Russian guy, and they take the duffel bag with Kai's head in it, and they give it to the Russian dude, and they explained the whole mix-up and what happened and how Kai set things up, and and they blamed him for the killing of Lorenzo, and this is why we came at you guys, and blah blah blah. We were hoping that we could squash the beef, and they also gave him some product and all of that. So you get some head and you get the product. Not head in that way. Sorry, that did not sound right. You get a head in a duffel bag and you get some product. All right. So, and they were able to squash the beef. That's what they said. The Russian guy said, okay, we good. So we're not going to have no war over turf. We're not going to fight each other. We're not going to kill each other no more. This is that. All right. So before we get to the whole scene of the last dinner scene, I swear this family can't have a good dinner for nothing. I swear. Before we get to that, I'm going to get to these super chats real quick. Thank you, DeMarcus, for the $5 super chat. When Monet told the Russian connect Vadim that Kai breath stink, that was hilarious. Yeah, like, what was that about? Plus his breath stink. Like, what the heck? Oh, because he was like, why would you kill your ally? And then they explained all of that. Okay. But yes, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. AG says, but Renzo's words will still come back to haunt Monet. The kids will find out Mary Mo set up Renzo to be killed, and they will never forget. Right. They won't. I'm telling you, it's really going to be bad. Tanette says, how does Monet come in and take over without Noma's knowledge? Yes, without Noma's knowledge or permission. Does she not know they're working for Noma? Can't wait for the showdown between them. Noma needs to take her out. Everybody's waiting. Thank you, Tanette, for the $20 super sticker. I appreciate it. Mwah. Yeah, but that's funny. I want to see that showdown, but it's the fact that there's 3 episodes left. So it's like, what, are we gonna get some type of quick turnaround with Noma? You know what I mean? Like, how are they gonna work that out? Matthew says, I think he was making the meeting not knowing it was going to be Gordo's phone. That was okay. Hey, Big Smooth, what's up? All right, you're probably going by now, but come back and check out the replay. I know you will. All right. Oh, Evelyn coming from Monet. What up, Naya? That's a good one. We cannot forget about another mama bear, okay? This is exactly what she was trying to avoid in the first freaking place. So, yes, I could definitely see that. How's she going to come after her? I don't know. But, yeah. Now we have a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Mike Conley. So, man, I didn't honk. It was gonna. Are you trying to say think? Guys, y'all be messing me up sometimes. I didn't think it was gonna happen that fast, but he did it quick. I was kind of hoping he would tell on Mo before he died and Drew texted his phone. He had old boy's phone, right? Old boy's phone. Drew texts his phone. I'm kind of confused with that one, Mike. He had old boy's phone. I was hoping he would tell him Mo before he died. Drew texted his phone before. I'm sorry, phone he had old boy's phone. I don't know, but I'm thinking that was Monet's burner. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm sorry. Drew texted on my way and it buzzed Gordo's phone. He found the phone belonged to Gordo and he put 2 and 2 together, killing Gordo. Huh. But why would he say on my way and he's in there? So you think that he was doing a test text? Like while he's in the shower, I thought he sent that text to Kane. See, this is the reason why I have to watch twice, guys, because this is almost sometimes when I come on here and I do the 12 o'clock time, y'all could get me stumped sometimes because it's only like I watch it one time. But if I watch it twice, it's gonna be a little harder for me to get stumped. Okay, not to say that I won't, but it will be a little harder. Because I feel like he texts Kane on my way. I could be wrong though. Whatever. Listen, we probably gonna come back here again with my girls and we're gonna talk about the scratch in my head moments and the worst moments and the this and the that. And by then I will have watched it twice. That's what I love about coming back on Sundays and talking about it again, because now we can really clear some things up in the questions that we had, So I feel like I missed somebody's stupid chat again. I hope not. I hope not. I don't think so. All right, guys. So Matthew says it was scratching my head moment though, because no meeting place was set up for him to say on my way. Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that scene because you're right. It's a lot of scratching my head moments going on in that scene. A lot. Okay. Support Gaming says if Gordo was smart, he should have turned vibrate off on the phone or get rid of it. But hey, he didn't know Drew would found out the truth. I mean, my thing is, if that's maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't a burner for him. Monet had a burner. Maybe that was his little phone. I don't freaking know. It's just a lot going on, guys. It's a lot. It's a lot. Play after Chai was shot. Bonnet dug in his pocket. Oh, you said, oh my gosh, with the typo. Okay. Sorry. Monet dug in his pocket, text that she thought they found out about Lorenzo. See, I thought that she dug in his pocket too, but now I'm starting to wonder, did she just have that, burner phone in her own pocket and then text that to Gordo, knowing his number from before, and then doing it like that, you know? I don't know. It's a freaking lot, guys. Oh, you sent the super chat. Okay, let me see. Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something. I apologize. I don't want to miss anything, guys. Hold on. I saw something for $4.99. I'm not sure if that was you. Oh, Mike even had something too. Do you think Kelsey will help set him up? Mike, thank you for the super chat. Is it Kelsey? Who are you saying? Who are you talking about? It's just, am I wrong? Am I bugging? Who's Kelsey? Who is Kelsey? I bet you I know who it is, but I don't know who it is. This is so horrible. I saw the $4.99. Is that the ring for sale? I saw that, so iconic. Okay, wait. Okay, and then that's your new member, but I didn't see the super chat. I mean, I didn't see a super sticker. I got this one, so iconic. Is that money from Noma's ring sale? But I thank you for that. But I don't see anything else popping up. I think that's it. But regardless, I thank you so much. $1.99. Let me see. Celine. I think that's it, guys. All right, guys. So we are going to get ready to get out of here. It's been 1:21. I'm so tired. Oh, right here. Okay. Thank you. I think Evelyn will confirm to the Tejada children that Monet was behind their father's death. That's a good one. Kane already suspects, but this will be evident. Yes, I like that one. That's a good one. Because, you done pissed her off now. Her baby's gone, and they probably what did they do with his body? You know what I'm saying? What did they freaking do with his body? So one of her kids are gone now, and they're going to try to, say, oh, it had to do with Lorenzo, blah, 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 whatever the heck they're going to do. But, honey, no. I'm talking about we about to get out of here. I didn't talk about the last scenes. Hold on, guys. But, yes, that's great. I think we have not seen the last of Evelyn because now you done not hurt one of her babies. You done deleted one of her daggone babies. So she definitely has to come for Monet for sure. Thank you, so iconic, for the super chat and that very, very good comment. Okay, so let me see. I think Mike was trying to say something. It was Mo's burner. Okay, Kai's phone, Mo's burner. All right. Oh, another one. HFG. Thank you. Drew texted the mystery number from Kai's phone, originally Mo's number, on my way. So he texted the mystery number from Kai's phone. Okay. On my way. Drew heard Gordo's phone vibrate as soon as he sent that text. If I'm understanding this right, it still wouldn't. It worked out, right? It worked out because he was able to find out who it was. But did he do that because he suspected that it was Gordo? Like, he literally said before he deleted him, he said, I trusted you. So my thing is, why would he do that? That's all. Look, it might be right. You might be right, HFG. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that it's such a huge, like, scratching my head situation that it's so confusing that even if that's what happened, and it probably did, right? It just seems so weird. Like, it doesn't go, is what I'm trying to say. Like, he said he trusted him. So maybe he just wanted to double check and make sure, like, it can't be him. Let me just scratch him off so I can continue to go on with my love affair because it can't be him, right? I don't know. It's crazy, guys. It's a lot. It's a freaking lot. But thank you so much, HFG. I'm going back to watch it, of course. Trust me. Do you think Kiki will help set up the uncle? Oh, okay, that's what you mean, Kiki. 190. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know. She listen. When they had that talk, the uncle was in there talking about he already know him and Kiki. They know about what's going on at Weston and Holdings. They're selling drugs through here, blah blah blah. They know all the freak about it, okay? And they don't care because the uncle was a freaking little shady criminal, his daggone self. And Braden is feeling like, well, I can't even freaking trust you. You've been using me basically this whole daggone time. So will she help by setting him up? She could, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm sorry guys. I kind of feel like Braden would work alone, but that's still a good, that you might be right. Maybe he can use her, but right now he ain't feeling her. So Little Rock, hey, Kane disposed of the body before we saw Drew cry on Monet. Right. But the thing is, so the body's just going to be missing, right? And does this mean that the mother's going to assume that her son is gone? And, like and plus the brothers know that Gordo spends a lot of time with Drew. So something's going to definitely hit the fan, guys. Okay, so I kind of said Drew texted the number because he was still on the hunt to avenge his father's death. It was just timing that had me like, yeah, right. It's the timing, and it's also saying, okay, so if I have this number and I decide, y'all see Snowfall, this Snowfall first season. If I'm texting a number to see, and I'm saying on my way, and it's to see if I could catch somebody, how the freak am I going to catch the person when I don't know who I'm texting? Like, so what am I hoping for? For them to say on my way where? Or I'm not supposed to be meeting with you? Who this? Like, what are we doing? It's a lot. So I don't want to dwell on that freaking super duper scratch in my head moment. Okay? So yeah, they're crying. So now we have dinner, guys, and they over here look like they having a good, dinner. They making fun of Monet's little cornbread and this and that, but the food need a little more seasoning and da 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 da. Because Poppy was the one that was cooking. Okay, he can cook, but all of a sudden, boom, DEA comes busting through, and I couldn't believe it. First of all, I thought they was coming for Monet, but then this is Blanca coming through talking about how about a woman, Mrs. Tahara? And so she tells Diana Tahara, you're under arrest, get up or whatever. So she goes and she's like mad rude to her, like, get the F up and all of this. And I'm like, where are you being so daggone disgusting and rude for? Like, first of all, she's new to this whole daggone thing, and now all of a sudden you just being like just so harsh with her. Oh, why do we have to have Blanca on here again? Like, we dealt with her in Power Book 1. Why do we have to have her again? Oh my goodness. No disrespect to the actress, but man, oh man, Blanca is so freaking annoying, man. Ooh, it's almost like, Bernie Mac, how Bernie Mac say, make my itch. Ugh. Freaking make my asparagus itch. Okay? So poor baby Diana. Listen, I know Diana has got on my nerves with her big mouth, but she don't deserve this. She's never been in jail and all of this. And, she doesn't know what to do. And she's like, at least I don't think she ever been in jail. She's like Ma, like basically help me. She's over Monet saying, don't say anything, keep your mouth shut, all of that. We coming to get you. We gonna get you out. All right. Now the question that we gonna really be talking about this Sunday is, do you think that this big mouth little girl is gonna hold it down? Do you think she's gonna keep quiet? Or do you think she's going to say a little too much that might mess some things up? And I can't wait to talk to my girls about that and see what they say. And I can't wait to talk to you guys about that because, it's going down. Folks are going to be talking. I think she's going to be talking, honey. Okay. They didn't show us Diana with her big mouth for nothing. That big mouth is going to listen, it already got folks killed. So why not get folks, wrapped up in things and caught up out there, going to prison and all that? It's going to happen. It's bound to happen. And she's not gonna be in there forever. She's gonna get out some way, somehow. Okay. Yes, mine too. I cannot stand it. All right, AG says the feds want the big fish Monet, so they're using Diane's setup. Yes, I'm telling you, and I think it's gonna work. Hi, Hopefully. I think Diana will. I think what's gonna happen is something's gonna happen. I think when it comes to Kane putting things together and knowing that the mom did this and that and the third, and I don't know, something detrimental has to happen. We saw in the trailer, right, that it looked like they were going to try to set up Effie, and Kane is not feeling that at all. So y'all trying to set up Effie, right? And I just kind of feel like the way he acted over that girl, he might remove his mom to save this girl that's not even his child. You just never know. So I'm thinking that is a serious, strong possibility. Like, she's doing way too much. She freaking killed Poppy. She's got this situation going on. She's freaking got rid of Kai. I don't think they care about Kai or nothing like that. But it's just that, especially if he wants to be in control, and he sees that she'll just use anybody to free herself or get her family off the hook. Anybody that's in the way that can be used, she will use. And now, Kai didn't matter, but if you try to go and touch Effie, he ain't having that. And all he needs to do is go up to the freaking go talk to his sister and let her know, mommy killed Poppy. Kane is in love with Effie, so he's not going to let that happen. Yeah, he's not letting that happen. And that's why I feel like maybe that would be the thing. Because something definitely has to happen for him to, turn on his mom like that. Something has to happen. So, Mike Conley says when Kane figures it all out, that's when they will set up Mo. LSW says Davis asked Tariq to take out female in season trailer. Who will it be? I know one daggone thing. It better not be Lauren, because she's kind of like letting it be known what the heck is going on. Woo! Sorry, she's giving the inside. I'm tired, y'all. I was saying that I'm probably not going to go to sleep, but I'm going to probably take a little nap before I get up. I got to get up soon. But I thank you guys so much for being here. And sorry, support gaming says Kane has a problem with taking other men's girls. He took his old homeboy Rel's girl in season 1, then killed him. Now he wants Tariq sloppy seconds. Okay. Maybe that's true. All right. Yeah. So, hey, the homie, haven't seen you in a while. Blessings. Kane already knows Mo killed Poppy, but he needs evidence that then he will tell his siblings. Yeah. Yeah, so they need to figure out that. So they need to see what's going on with that phone. That's where the evidence will be, right? Wherever that phone is, if that's the same phone, that burner that they found on Kai, and then, that's how it will be. All right. Yes. Do we have 78 likes or what? Yo, y'all bless Miss K with 70. Yeah, bless me with 78 likes. We don't have 78 likes yet. Bless a sister with 78 likes. Please share the video and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. I thank you so much, guys. It was fun as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you, everyone who came through. I love you all. Take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.